Holiday stress. Are you dealing with it yet? Next on the Metal Pulpit. Thanks for joining me for another Metal Pulpit. Here we are, and it is 13 days till Christmas. Now, let me talk a little bit about holidays, Christmas, from the viewpoint of a pastor. One of the things that we deal with the most are people that are going through depression, okay? This time of year, this season, especially in the United States and North, it's real easy to get into a slump with depression, and because everything's dead outside. It's white, it's in some places it's not white from snow, and it's just a gloomy time of the year. When you get a fresh snowfall, like tomorrow, we're supposed to get 8 inches of snow, fresh snow. So that makes everything really pretty, but it also makes it a nightmare to drive, and snow blowers and shoveling and everything that goes with it. And then when it starts melting, it's gray, it's slushy, and everything looks like trash again, basically, until the next snowfall, and you start over again. And there's not a whole lot to do outside. So people get into this funk, this depression, and I can speak to this because I've been down this road before. Last winter was very, very difficult on me, mixing in other life situations, life circumstances, and it got to be very difficult. So what do? Well, as a pastor, I take a lot of counseling appointments for people that are dealing with depression. Now, let me clarify here. A pastor, okay, follow me on this, a pastor is not a licensed therapist unless he went to school to become a licensed therapist. However, a pastor can offer you advice, and it's free, okay? It's somebody that's willing to listen, maybe ask you some hard questions, and help you through your slump. If it's something that takes more or in-depth counseling, or perhaps even meds, a pastor is not the way to go. You need somebody that can write a script, somebody that can work with insurance, somebody that is professionally trained in these things. Now, with that said, some of the easy ways to minimize Christmas time and holiday depression is to lessen your load. This is something that I ask people all the time when they ask me for counseling or some tips on how to battle this thing is, what are you doing? What is it that's leading to the depression? Now, if it's just the seasonal things like leaves changing, the furnace running all the time, and you're stuck inside, well, sometimes you can make the most of it by simply taking up a hobby. For me, I have countless hobbies. In fact, somebody has told me that I will never see Bob Adams bored because of all the hobbies he has. I'm into old bike repair, I'm into drawing, I'm into graphic design, all sorts of things, but even I get bored at times. So you got to find a hobby, something to do, something to invest your time in. If you have places to go, a lot of places you can just go, look around, get out of your house, and that's key, is getting out of your house. Now, if it's pertaining to the holidays, stop. Just stop. One of the best books ever written on the self-help topic in Christianity is called Boundaries. Now, this is a book that has sold millions and has helped thousands. You see what I did there? It is a book, I remember selling it in my bookstore. It is a book that has sold millions and has helped thousands. The reason being is that many people read self-help books, but very few put them into practice. No is an okay thing to say as a Christian. If your pastor asks you to help with something during the Christmas time, if your family says you need to be here, if somebody says you got to do that, or can you volunteer with this? No. If you are stressing out and you're experiencing a depression, you got to say no. Here's what you can do. If you have a family, maybe have that conversation with your wife or your husband and say, I can't do it this year. Let's change it up. Instead of gifts and all these other things for buying stuff for people that don't even appreciate what they're getting, or the kids, they play with it for a week and then it's out the window. How about doing an experience thing where you simply are going to do something as a family? So it may not happen on Christmas, but hey, a week later, we're all going to see the new Pixar movie, okay? Something like that. That's just an example. But you have to say no because you have to take care of you. If you're a husband or a wife, you have to take care of you because your family's counting on it. Your spouse is counting on it. If you're by yourself, you're counting on you to follow through on this. God will help you. He will give you the things that we need to make the changes, but you got to put it into practice. It's like reading that book, Boundaries. Fantastic read. It would be like me watching Biggest Loser with a large Dairy Queen Blizzard on my belly here, eating and being, that's good. That's a good exercise, and not doing anything. Read the book, but then put it into action. You have got to take care of you because Jesus says, love your neighbor as yourself. How much do you love yourself? When you figure that out, you'll be taking care of yourself. Shoot me your questions, pastorbobadams@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And you have an awesome, awesome week. Bye.